This is Boxing Ticket 10. We are delighted to be joined once again in a new location. We're on Zoom, but obviously we're delighted to be joined once again with Kevin Cronin, who's showing us his gym today. How are you, Kevin?
All right, what's happening? All good now. How are you?
Not too bad. Have you got like sort of lights and stuff there in the background? It looks as if you've got a different lighting arrangement to me. Have you got lights and stuff
Yeah,
like the old social media stuff behind you there? Have you?
yeah, just small bit, yeah. Kitchen lights around behind me. This gym is actually right out the back of my house, out the window of the kitchen. Look, I show you. Try to turn the camera. It's my back door,
Yeah, I
and
see
you
the
literally.
light coming from there. I was thinking you had like like nearly the professional sort of setup there with
Oh, don't worry, that's there too.
um but I guess I guess for obviously a lot of Irish fighters recently, obviously there was supposed to be about 14 or 16 fights on the RDS show, I guess. If you're not used to it by now and fights falling through, when will you ever be used to it? But obviously another bitter. I guess you probably thought you were past that stage as well. You had a couple of domestic fights and everything seemed to be going great, and then all of a sudden this dreaded thing comes back again, and obviously the RDS show was cancelled. Probably a harder one, probably hurting more in a bit because obviously Irish title on the line with Craig McCarthy. Have you sort of got past that? Was this one harder to take, or
Definitely harder to take, but at the same time, like I've had how many fights fought through, Joe? I've had the worst luck in the world. I've had a good. I'd say at this stage I've had 8 or 9 fights fall through. I don't even know anymore. There was only the Cork one last year fell through. Um, then this one, yeah, and I had a good few in England that fell through. Only one of them was actually because of me when I hurt my hand that time. So of all them fights, there was only one of them. Actually, sorry, I remember I was meant to fight Robbie Burke in Dublin. That was another one, but then more got swept from under our feet than it was pulled. Look, it is what it is. There's no point. As I said, there was no point in being upset with it. I turned off the phone for a weekend. I ate a pile of rubbish. I feel bad for myself for a day or two, and then I said, time to get over it, back into the gym. Been in the gym since. Um, Still ready for a call to say you're fighting in 3 or 4 weeks. That's I'm just staying ready so much that I can take. If they say 3 weeks, I say yeah, good for the 10 rounder for the Irish title, So I'm kind of staying at that region. I'm staying 3 weeks out all the time now at the minute. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm always in the gym, always in the gym all year round. But for like that final push for an Irish title is a different final, for 10 rounds for an Irish title is a different final push to the 6 rounds of the journeyman. So that's kind of the way I am. I'm staying within the 3 week mark, keeping the weight reasonable. I'm still a bit off weight, but I'm at a stage where like if I get that call, I start shifting my calories and I'll get down to within water cutting distance and stuff like that. So I'm yeah, you know what I'm. It's keeping me fit, because I suppose if I had that fight the RDS now, I wanted to find the RDS challenge. I should have the Irish title on me now. Um, the super middle Irish title on me now, So I'm just in the gym anyway. It's keeping me fit all the time. If I got one that in, would I have had another fight before Christmas? I don't know. I could have been ballooned out here with 3 chins under me. So so at least it's keeping me active that way. I'm still hoping for it to happen before Christmas. It's closing in now. What are we, 8, 9 weeks from Christmas? Um,
I haven't thought
but
that
as
far
I say,
ahead.
uh,
I haven't thought that far ahead with Christmas.
no, but like that, it hasn't crossed my mind really either. I'm counting down how close to having the fight before Christmas. So like I'm thinking 8 weeks is the longest camp I could have now if I was given a date before Christmas. So that's why I'm kind of keeping it within the 3 week mark. So like let's say in 3 weeks time, you're 5 weeks out. If they say, "Oh, fight on the 16th of December," I'll be able to say, right, do this final 3 weeks. I'm ready to go. That's kind of where I'm staying now at the minute, to be honest.
Is it sort of
There's
one
not
of
really
them, I say, I
I
guess,
can do.
when you know that obviously the Katie Taylor card has been announced, and obviously there's no one card and stuff announced, and obviously then Belfast was announced as well, obviously with Matchroom, where you sort of sitting waiting by your phone. Obviously, your job, obviously, as a fireman, so you're always used to your phone going at any moment. So, with that sort of, and I know the undercards have sort of been announced for both now. Are you in that sort of? Have you been given any sort of inkling as to the fact that there may be a call up, or is it just the fact of staying ready? As we always said, if you're not ready to fight, you're not going to get these opportunities. So is this why you're sort of staying ready just in case a phone call comes?
Yeah, like the phone's on. Like obviously, we're hoping on that call all the time. And to be honest with you, the week after the whole RDS card fell off, I thought me and Craig would have been one of the. I thought that would have been one of the sure thing fights, to get snapped up by one of the, let's say, the Matchroom card or the Belfast card or any of them cards. To be honest, I thought it would be. Um, I'm still a bit. I still don't really understand how it wasn't snatched up. If you get me, it's a fight with been needle behind. It's kind of one of them fights that everyone wants to see as well. So everyone kind of wanted to see the outcome. It was an Irish title fight on the undercard of an IBO title fight, and it was kind of nearly more talked about than the main attraction that night. So I still don't really understand how it wasn't snatched up. Maybe there's still plans for it to be snatched up. I don't know. Um, I just hope that some promoter doesn't know or knows and is holding out a couple of weeks to let us know. I'd prefer to know now. But look, as I say, 3 weeks out, that's all I can do. Stay ready. But yeah, look, obviously I'm hoping it'll be snatched up by one of them. By something entering this stage. I just want that. So I said I want that Irish belt in my mantelpiece for Christmas. Ever since that fight in Galway, we talked after it. I said, or you said to me, to feel like I really have no more to do in the domestic scene. Should I move on and suppose head for bigger things? And that was the plan. That was the plan, going down to 168. But obviously, when I was in camp, going down to 168 first, I got that. I just got that feeling again that I just wanted to leave the scene with the Irish belt. And that was the plan at the start of the year. Was we kind of knew that we knew the James fight was happening. Obviously, I was in camp for February, so it was right. We pick up the Celtic here. That didn't happen. So I went to the Irish. So it just got bigger and better again. So I said, right, we'll pick up the Irish, move down to 168 and keep pushing on. But look, at least now, I'm just trying to take what positives I can from it. So the way I'm looking is, right, there was a spanner thrown in the works at 175. At least now I won't just be cutting down to 168 and jumping right into the bigger, well, obviously the big fight and going into, but the bigger stage fight. So at least I'll get a bit of a test at 168 before I do that. So I suppose that's really just me trying to look at what positives I can out of the outcomes and all the spanners thrown in the works this year. The year's not over yet, and it's just there's still more and more things happening. But look, it is what it is. It's going to happen. I've shown nothing but eagerness. I got that Craig McCarthy fight over the line. I got it made. I got us on the stage it was on. People can say or think what they like about it. That fight wasn't happening without me putting that push on it. And I think anyone inside in the domestic boxing circle knows that. And I'm happy for anyone to come and tell me I'm wrong, and tell me how I'm wrong, because I'm sure I can answer that. But that's beside the point. Look, the fight's still made. As far as I know, the BUI said that's what's next for us. They said that me and Craig for the Irish, so that's what's next for me. There's nothing else for me until I get that fight done. But like that, my career is not going to be on hold for it either. December, hopefully, I'll hold out till January, February latest. But if it's going to be a thing where they're trying to put it on the back burner, so let's say Craig can get Waterford in May or something, that ain't happening with me. Look, I have big plans for 2024. The plan was get the Celtic and the Irish in 2023. Look, the Celtic ship has sailed. The Irish is there now for the take, and I still plan on having a big 2024, hopefully with that Irish belt in the mantelpiece.
Is it probably more annoying for you, not obviously more so that the RDS show pulled off, but obviously since it obviously, because I know without obviously sort of saying too much, you've been sort of trying to make conversations, you've been trying to get it on the cards. Is it probably more the annoying part where there's a great domestic fight we made. There's needle in the fight and everything else. Both sides are happy to take the fight. The number's already been there to show the number it's there for the fight, and it just hasn't happened. Is that probably the more annoying part now that you haven't been able to get something rescheduled since?
It is. Look, it is. It's annoying, yeah, but at the same time, I've always been a grafter in my career, Joe. I've been like a self-promoter to myself all along. I've promoted the shit out of my fights. I've promoted the shit out of me. And you know, it seems like I'm further along than what I am. I'm just like a promoter to myself of myself. So we've always been grafting hard, and even Johnny as well has done a lot of work behind the scenes there, just trying to nail down things and try to get this Irish title over the line. Still is, I still am. Look, it's annoying, yeah. But this boxing, like, you know, this isn't going to be the last annoying thing that happens. This, you know, just have to get over it, keep grafting. That's what I am. I'm a grafter. I'll just keep going. And look, I have a good team there. Johnny's a great coach as well. Still up and down to Dublin. Still prepping. Doing everything we've been doing all along. Obviously, a little bit annoyed. I want the fight to be in December, and the weeks are going by very fast when you're hoping for something. So we can be annoyed all we want. Look, we're just going to keep on grafting and keep trying to get this fight over the line before December, hopefully.
Obviously,
Or
what
not before
is coming up, and obviously, I know you've shared it. The ring was obviously 18 rounds. Obviously, in this year, obviously, Jamie Morrissey is obviously fighting Emmet Brennan for the Celtic light heavyweight belt at a catch weight on the Katie Taylor card. Just obviously want to get your thoughts on that sort of fight. Obviously, you've shared the ring with Jamie. I don't think you've sparred with Emmet, so you probably nearly know Emmet probably as an amateur, but obviously you know Jamie quite intimately. You obviously, I'd actually forgot as well. You'd actually sparred Jamie at the start, obviously as well as he was coming into the pro. So you obviously know a good bit about Jamie. Obviously having 18 rounds of a war with him. What's your thoughts sort of on the fight, and is it sort of one that's intriguing you? Is sort of you're trying to think of different ways the fight can go?
Yeah, look, as I say, when you share the ring with someone, you get a lot of respect for them. Not to mind share it the way me and Jamie shared it. Like, we spilled blood from each other. We battered and bruised each other. So look, I have a lot of respect for Jamie. I like him as a person. Obviously, if it make me pick a side, I'd probably root for Jamie because of what we've been through. At the same time, yeah, I'm interested in the fight to watch and see how it goes. Fight styles. Look, if you look at it from a boxing thing, will Emmet have too much? He's the pedigree. He's great boxing background, but then you can look at the side of it is Jamie's. He's got the battle experience. He's been in there. He's the long round experience. So it's yeah, it's an interesting fight. It's an interesting fight. I put a gun to my head. I think Emmet will win. But like that, I won't be shocked either if Jamie wins. It's a closer. I think it's a closer fight than people think. Could be an 8-round war. It could be a 2-round blowout by someone. That's the kind of fight it is. As I said, yeah, Emmet's got the pedigree. He's got the boxing experience, but then Jamie has the professional boxing experience and the title fight experience. Yeah, it's just an interesting fight all around. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it, and it's
Are
going to make the
you?
best man.
I know obviously, when you've had two fights and stuff with Jamie and things like that, obviously with the Celtic and obviously the Irish title in Belfast and Galway this year. Do you look at this fight as in potentially the winner of one of them? Obviously, well, we obviously know the Craig McCarthy fight there as well, but do you look at it in some respects as that the winner may be a future opponent, or do you see Craig beating Craig McCarthy and then you're past domestic level?
It's both. It's both. Look, obviously, I'm planning on beating Craig McCarthy, get my Irish title, push on. I've been vocal. I was trying to do that after the second Jamie fight. That was the plan: get the Irish title and push out with the domestic scene. But at the same time, everyone in the weight is a future opponent. Like beat Craig McCarthy. Craig McCarthy could still be a future opponent. He could go and fight one of these guys, and who knows, maybe he beats one of them, and then all of a sudden you're meeting this guy on the European international scene. Everyone in the weight's a future opponent. Anyone near the weight is a future opponent because people are moving up and down weights the whole time. Who knows, will I be up a weight or down a weight in 2 or 3 years' time, and so everyone's a future opponent. Not looking at the fight like that right now because as I said, like I've got the McCarthy fight, I've got the Irish title to win, so we'll see after that. We have goals and plans kind of set out, but we have to take it one step at a time and see where this next fight goes first. Yeah, just ideally get the Irish title first, and then we'll decide.
If obviously with Jamie Conlan, with Conlan Boxing, obviously I know he's a big fan. I sort of spoke to him yesterday and he was sort of saying that the card's full in Belfast, but obviously if somebody from Matchroom or Eddie Hearn was obviously watching out and needs another slot to fill, I guess this is your sort of opportunity to sort of tell them why, that you and Craig, obviously, not that you don't deserve it because everybody knows the fight and, it's an instant seller. It's, when you look at the Belfast card, call a spade a spade. You look at the Belfast card, it's 10 times better than Dublin, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but just the sort of fight that's there. If you're Tyrone McKenna, Lewis Crocker, which is a cracker, Michael Conlan and Jordan Gillen, a sort of crossover, sort of maybe lose or retire sort of fight. Sean McComb and Sam Maxwell and Kevin Adjarko and Troy Williamson. There's 4 really, really good fights there. Dublin probably doesn't have 4 similar fights to that sort of degree. So probably in some respects, your fight with Craig McCarthy, build everything up in fight week. And obviously, yes, you're going to say that you're going to stop and everything else, but it'll obviously build in fight night as well. And people aren't fans of both of these will actually enjoy the fight as well.
Yeah, going back to what you said at the start, I don't think I really need to sell. I don't need to kind of explain or sell the fight. I get what you're saying, but I don't really need to sell the fight. And we thought Johnny was talking to a matchmaker for Matchroom, and he said that they know about the fight, we're on the radar kind of thing. This is just as I said. I thought it'd be a one to be snatched up, especially like an Irish Katie Taylor card, an Irish title on the undercard, a good domestic fight with a bit of beef behind it. It's probably missing that. Like as you say, look at the Belfast card. I know there's a lot of Irish versus English on it, but I feel like big domestic fights. It seems I get that feel off it. It's just like it's how would I say there's still like that pride of the fights between them, Ireland versus England, and it just seems like these domestic derbies. When you have 2 local guys going at it, that's the kind of vibe I get up looking at all them fights, and that's why that card's so big. But yeah, that's a class card. I thought I was hoping to get in that one, to be honest with you. The one in Belfast, and thought we would. But look, never say never. There's still 6 weeks out. So
As obviously, if Craig McCarthy's being similar to yourself and he's staying ready at the same respect, obviously I think he has you blocked. Is that right? Does he have you blocked on Instagram, or is it you as him blocked?
I don't have him blocked anyway, but yeah.
I think he blocked. Obviously, he was getting into the mental warfare for the fight, but obviously, I know I've seen him obviously in his story daily. I'm not sure if they're being repeated or obviously if it's new ones, but he's still training away as well. So hopefully his side are staying close by as well. But that obviously, I guess that'd be the best Christmas present for you. They obviously have this fight to happen before the end of 2023.
Yeah, and like I'm not going to get too much into the slating Craig and giving out about Craig thing, but look, I just hope he is staying ready so he can take the fight. Not that I give a shit about how ready he is, because I think Craig at his best isn't going to put a mark on me anyway. But I just hope he's ready enough to have the confidence in himself to take the fight. Look, it was hard enough to get him over the line the first time, so I just stay in the gym, stay ready, because as I say, we got good notice for the first one. Whatever comes up here, if something comes up in December, it's going to be shorter notice. So I hope he is ready, is staying ready, so he'll take the fight. That's about it. Look, yeah, I don't know. He can be blocked on Instagram and all that shit. It's not like I've been fucking writing to him anyways. He's himself and his brother, 2 creators. But sure, look, all I want to do is get him in the ring and do a number on him for the Irish title. That's all I want to do with him. I'm done with him after that.
I know he's been sort of saying as well, obviously, that he shared cards and obviously was in the high performance team, I think, with Katie and stuff years ago. So he's probably hopefully living on to that dream as well. I guess we're only 5 weeks out probably maybe it'll become a stage with the BUI. Obviously, we need to probably have to be acted soon so that check weights and stuff like that can be done as normal. But I guess if he aren't too far away from the weight, hopefully it makes it easier.
Yeah, but he's not a big super middleweight either, so I don't really see how far he could be away from the weight. Everyone's seen the size difference when I stood next to him. I looked about 7 kilos heavier than him, and I probably wasn't. That's just the size difference. So I don't see him being a million miles. He seems like he's always in good shape. Look, I hope we get an offer, and I hope when the offer comes, he'll accept it. I know I'll be accepting it like that. I don't 2 weeks, 3 weeks notice. I'm good to go. I just hope he's the same. I hope he's the same. I won't be talking to him. I can give a shit about him. If he wants my respect, he's gonna have to earn it. I've always had respect for fighters. He's said a few things. He's gonna need to earn it in the ring. That's about it. But yeah, at the end of the day, he's just a number to me, and that's all. He's just an obstacle standing in the way of what I want. That's about it. But look, as I said, I'm not trying to build the fight. The fight's been built. The fight was we were in fight week, so it's not like I need to build that fight. I'm just waiting on a date. That's about it. Staying ready, staying in the gym. There's nothing really else I can say on the fight other than that. Just hoping he stays ready. Look, I'm not gonna be talking to the fella. If you're talking to him, tell him fucking stay in the gym, because I don't know what way he is. I don't know what way his head is. I hope he doesn't fall out of the gym, because even though it's Irish title I still want to be that big test for it. I love them wars. You could see that. You could see I get comfortable when things get uncomfortable. That's the way I've been in the last 2 fights, and that's the way I want to be in all my fights. So I'm just hoping the best of him is there, and I hope he makes it uncomfortable for me, because that's when I really start to shine. So I hope he is ready, and I hope he's just ready to take the fight, and he knows.
Well, look, obviously, thank you very much for your time as always. Obviously, it's sometimes hard to obviously have an interview and to talk about things when obviously there's no fight and things like that. Obviously, we know it's 5 and 6 weeks between 5 weeks to Dublin, 6 weeks to Belfast. I guess you'd never ever like a fight to fall through, but obviously if a fight does fall through in either card, you're ready and willing to step in straight away.
Yeah, I suppose I can literally say to everyone on the card, break a leg. Yeah, no, look, I don't want to see any of them fights fall through, because I'm a boxing fan too, and there's some great fights there that I don't see any fight in Belfast that I don't want to see happen. That's a class card, and I'd love to be a part of it. And I know the card's full, but look, if something happens, I'm game. Get the Irish title, march on for the European title. Who's there? Was Kevin Sadjo, the French guy. I don't see anyone kind of calling him or wanting to face him. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen him come on the lips of anyone. I just want to get the Irish title, and it's like in a classroom, I'll put my hand up. I'm not afraid. I'm here to take the risks. So look, I gotta get that Irish title first and take it from there. But nah, look, I don't wish no harm on anyone that's on the card. I hope they all do have safe camps and healthy camps. But yeah, but if you don't feel well, pull out the card and let me on.
Well, listen, thanks very much for your time. I know, obviously, I think there's been a bit of a delay between voice and obviously thing. I think it's something to do with Zoom. So it's not that me or you have a bad connection. I think it's just been an issue with Zoom today. So hopefully people's been able to stick through it and enjoy it. But thanks very much for your time as always. Obviously, enjoy your weekend, and fingers crossed you can get some good news very soon.
Nice one. Appreciate it, Steve.
All right. Cheers, Kevin. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.